the pistol round, this wall is literally the worst thing in the universe, but it's fairly quick. Look how far forward the players on Vitality have always managed to get. The utility, though, fantastic. Garners an extra kill. Still haven't managed to cross into the site yet. Could have utilized the drone just to be safe, but that spot is clear.
It's one thing to keep an eye on as the game goes on. Malzy's usage of Deadlock. Picks going back and forth with low HP on some Vitality members. They need to step it up, and it's Kicks.
Trip. It just makes things awkward for aggressive plays. And you look at the composition that's there, it is going to rely on fairly aggressive plays. The fact is, though, already adapting. An important opener, an impactful one. Fluorescent doesn't have the other part of Blore alongside her in this case, as he'll be on the Sentinel. And Durka, has he slipped the net? I think he has. A complete surprise for Batu.
Yeah, the fact that there's some reinvestments from Vitality into heavier rifles, they've managed their economy so well to give them a real chance in this round that's now being converted into a 5 versus 3. Apeks, they've looked for this control on middle to defeat the aggressive pushes of Vitality. Now, without that space being taken, they look to seize it for themselves, but it was held by less deep, no gaps to Vitality's defense at the moment, and you'd expect that with 5
weaker weapons, a few pieces missing, and well, you buy contact with a piece of utility, you better be ready for the contact. Not ideal. Again, a player advantage garnered by the side of Apeks if they make it into the A site.
Yeah, 2 rifles retrieved as well, so these players that come in with lots of weaknesses are now armed to the teeth, and Zivov, he gets away with that, but one stray shot would take him down. He has made this impossible situation for Vitality a bit more palatable. Durka walking all the way around, and it's just now being watched. Avova diverted his attention at the right moment. But it's still Durka that they're dealing with. Malzy
just about be able to escape, but can he escape Floor? Yeah, yes, he can.
Well, especially with Kicks by his side.
Flying.
This guy is off to a flying start. 3-1 on the scoreboard, 7-1 for him.
I know exactly.
He's finally put to bed by Batu, creeping his way up through the tree, but the rotations are in from Vitality. They've got 2 with a 3rd very close by, while one's just being snatched out from under them. May look to deny that, but plenty of players being drawn out into the open as a result. It's Malzy all by himself. Finally, the ultimate finishes off Zivov. The wall up top will buy him some time and some space. The plant possibly even acquired off the back of this. He's got a trap for when they fall down out of heaven, but both players coming a bit more direct, and his hope is that they would get aggressive, they would make the play, but Vitality are showing this temper, this patience. Malzy's going to be forced into the plant, and they now know exactly where he is. They see that spike. He needs to win 2 against 1, and they are just side by side. In fact, now in a firing line, looking to execute the leader on the other side, but time is ticking. Oh, and Malzy's hitting, but Durka! And Salvo's coming online soon for safe. I believe we're going to need to see a
good paranoia.
In fact, they were just used, right?
Good paranoia, but they don't clear him anyway. Somehow he survived in the back corner. Fluorescent's done well, but there's an immediate trade from safe, and well, this leaves it all onto Avova. 15-second spike on the ground. This is impossible. There's absolutely no way that he comes out of this one alive. The cross being held in the second they hit the steps.
To dump in sometimes, and it looks like, again, they would go for the same play, but 2 are caught, and Malzy's quick to punish, pops the ult and gets shut down immediately. Safe, and Zivov taking full control, and this is what we're talking about. Whether it's early round or late, Vitality, when they decide they want that mid control, they get it almost every time. TP taken. Oh, and Batu's connected a double. With the spike down now, and a 2v2, this is suddenly winnable.
Batu will be caught, but he's at least given Avova a chance. In that first week on this site, Avova was a menace. Had one of the best performances we've ever seen from him individually, but doing it here versus players like Durka, new guys on the block like Zivov is going to be difficult. The time's in his favor, but now they know exactly where he is. Paranoia going to be utilized, but he's already being closed down, and they will clear him. They've got them held off. Armageddon thrown through, but I don't think it will connect onto anybody. In fact, they're going to follow it down. A nice kill already onto Governor, though. They still have problems of this backline being stacked up, and Let's just going nuclear at the backlines. Only one stands. Might be the one you want, but I don't see any chance here.
Play from Avova. We're catching him here from POV. And there's 2 players coming short, but he's looked the wrong way. That timing couldn't be worse, and it is a strange timing, I suppose, for them to be walking up short.
Yeah, they were all grouping up together. Had to wait out the barrier that was placed, but now go in with an advantage. Batu's still behind, but it is definitely being expected right now, and already the salvos are going to make things incredibly awkward. It may not kill off Molzy, but his teammate's been lost in response, trying to hold the line.
For your own map pick, this is about as poor of a start as you could get. Now an opening duel for Governor, and this time not traded out. It gives Apeks the man advantage to work with.
Oh, timing. Looked like it could be problematic. Not going to connect with the... Oh, it was just used to clear the corner, but found absolutely nothing. Governor's doing well. Maybe the Guardian is his weapon of choice, hoping for a little bit more, but kicks just again. I think this has to be one of the best individual performances we've seen from him. Just really running riot within the server. Avova is expected. Seavolve is watching. They're trying to force these players out of the corner. We're going to see the null command utilized, but eventually runs out. Flash even used to try and help out, but Kix is watching. Seavolve holds and spam coming through. It's done damage, but it's not found a pick. Eventually, there we go.
Blind fire works, but once they've got sight lines, it's a different story. Kix again showing up, a double pick, and a pistol round win here. It's the end of the map. It's 12-1 with a streak from Apeks, unprecedented. And a 4v2 that they're left in, you know, hoping there's a mistake made from Vitality, but so far, that has not been what we've seen. This team's been playing this to perfection. Molzy's able to isolate one. Avova in with a double, and hold on! It's not over yet, it's safe! Left to do it all, and he's put in the dirt!
Put Floor into the mix. Attempt to try and support the Paranoia is perfect, though, and it just is completely synergized from the side of Vitality. This is more like they're running drills rather than actually like executing versus a team.
The dry runs on site have worked so far. The dry runs on mid that they had even better in the last half. Now Vova picks up less here. It's still an uphill battle. One that they might still want to commit to. 12-3 will be a very difficult position to come back from. No mistakes can be made. Carrying these rifles through is also tempting. But some players investing so heavily, in fact, most of them being able to buy up in the next, and the time running so low here.
Trying to hold them in.
Might just fall back and indeed try to make this a bit more costly for their opposition, waiting for a piece of utility. The smoke goes out though. Oh, that's great. If they flashed, there'd be a Paranoia coming right back towards them. Instead, they create a little tunnel to escape out of an Avova. I don't think he's getting away with this one.
Almost go, hey, look, we're executing, and then he's just used his ult to try and catch them as they run through. Zero impact from the one ultimate that they had in this round, and now it comes down to the pistols. Molzy does well, Governor the same. They're still needing quite a bit more, though, with two players standing, and well, one of them's Kix.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down, the players split up. Scooby-Doo on the round, Governor and Batu. Oh no, they'll rejoin. Rifle recovered by Batu as well, gives them a chance, but like we said, Vitality, they played these rounds together. They've done so well when they were the ones retaking. See if they can hold control the same. A problem perhaps with the spike being behind Jenny. They had to take the fight. Seavolve swings wide, but Governor's there to greet him.
Pressure on here immediately. The second the drone gets the catch, there's not really anywhere, in fact, for Governor to go. He's done well. Getting anything from this position, and I feel like he should have been gone, but no, Governor survives, and there's Fluorescent to help.
Yeah, and then the ult from Durka eventually comes out of that dimension, and well, he's sent right back to it. Molzy!
I think that if Vitality managed to win this round, we have some serious questions to ask of Apeks. Then again, though, Durka's made into the site without too many problems. The rest of the team a little bit further behind. Seavolve's done well. Kix has found another. That said, there were 3 players in this site with off angles. They all got caught, and the rotation's being watched as well by Les. Okay, it's a bit messy, but the job has been done. Batu now to try and save the day. First is easy. The next 2, not so much.
Not that he saw him with the reveal and went, I'm gonna jump right in front of him. Oh, he won't hit me. Well, he has. Batu with a chance to keep this team alive. The smoke goes down, it's a one-way. He can't defuse it, knows he has to fight. Here's the jump, knows both players are here as well. Information to play with, but they're hiding. And the Paranoia strikes just in time. Not even a piece of utility available for Batu as he hunts down that extra kill and they just fade away! Into the shadows goes Sivov. No! The time is running low and he doesn't know where Sivov is, and even now, what can he do? The spike is set to explode. Masterful conclusion to this map for Vitality. Down. The players are spotted, the stun is perfect, salvos fired in and no chance to reaggress. Time running down, they try to take space on C, but Les is of course still waiting, even gets himself an upgrade. Now moving back to the B site, but wall is up, they have to walk right through it, and Safe is the one waiting for them. Doesn't quite dodge the flash, and Fluorescent picks up a double. This is looking dangerous, and 3-piece with a knife! Classic, it was causing mayhem. Big old front, Fluorescent, my goodness! I thought maybe a flash, maybe just the information for the teammates, something. But
can I get an instant replay of the sound that Mitch just made, please?
Not a guess.
Someone check on Safe's desk. He's going to be very annoyed by that one, because I would be. What is this round? What is going on? Les has just walked and been shot from above. Kicks now back in position once again to try and save them here. Solid stun. But Kicks is going to hold on to position. Aftershock being sent in. Do they realize how far Avova has got? No, it seems like they've got the complete misread. They've just left.
There's still players here, but they're waiting for someone to step out of line. Malzy almost did. Governor's been spotted while information, but look at the cost. That's going to be his sneaky play, spotted, and a spam on its way. Up close with the Odin. Sivov's dealing out death with another, and almost takes Governor with him. 4 versus 2 now. I think maybe there's a lurker, someone trying to make that star play, and it was Governor looking for a bit of extra space, but he's caught off with Avova left alone, stunned, and salvos blocking him out.
Good luck.
And a bit more utility thrown his way. Yeah, there was no way for him to get back into that site to deny this defuse with 3 players holding it.
Salvos for the post become almost an insta-kill, and Dirk is going to go hunting, but he's met with only demise. Malzy already clearing one. The spams through will immediately clear out another. In fact, Malzy's just going ham, picking up the kills onto those low players. Not that it matters, hitting the headshots anyway. While Batu...
Your ult committed, luckily cancelled at the last second. Durka was rounding the corner, but Les not expected to be that deep that early. The rotation now, as the spike is going to move to the C site, and Batu will try to grab a little bit of extra value. In fact, there's even a further lurk coming in later from Avova. They're very spread out.
Yeah.
It offers 1v1s. It offers XV1s for Vitality with Les coming in late. They've got full containment over this site. The only place they can really be is around Waterfall. So Avova's position shouldn't be that much of a surprise. But he wins the fight anyways. And they know where Les is, dodging the Rolling Thunder. It's a great start for Apeks.
Yeah, they've cleared 2 points of danger. Rolling Thunder was even utilized by this defensive side to get into the site, but there was nobody there. They were being proactive, and from this position, a defuse seems almost impossible. Looking to try and swing them together. That duelist role in the past. Utility so far hasn't connected. He goes in front of it, in fact, and does exceptionally. 2 quick picks, puts things back into a 3v3, but also buys a lot of time. Kicks back towards that spike. Back in position, but look at the amount of utility that's still remaining. It may not even be needed. Instead, a little bit of body spam.
Ready and waiting, and Dirk is down to 4. Got support from up top if they swing wide, but as Sivov goes down, there's no need to. There's no pressure as players keep on falling on Vitality's side. Les and Durka desperately low, and Governor takes full advantage of that. From this point, 8-1 down, economy on the brink. And a 2 versus 4. It's tempting to go for. It's tempting to save either way. There's reasons behind the call. With Kicks finding that, though, I think that will spur them forward. Push on the back of the stun. Les with a big opportunity. That's a second pickup. But the timer is ticking. And the spike set to explode very soon.
Oh! Duo of him and Durka have definitely been struggling a bit. Post plant, rifles available. Well, straight away, Dirk tries to get past Batu, but he hits both as they drop down. What? Okay.
Concern for him late round, but they couldn't have walked up behind through the spawn because look at the stack up from Vitality. They've got numbers ready and waiting. Les pushes through his ult. They're not expecting that. They get caught from both sides with a big pinch. Vitality have left it all onto Batu.
Oh, he's not got time. 11 seconds. I think at this stage, just throw everything in the kitchen sink at them, but what is even the plan here? Just try and pad the stats a little? I think that's about it. Doesn't even have the spike. Well, it will be the time that ends up doing the work. Vitality.
It's an elimination and one map away. So they come in swinging, but Vitality doing just the same. Malsey, he's been there in the opening picks. A little late to the party on this one, but a double puts them back in contention. 2 versus 3. Avova and Malsey watching from the death cams, and they're saying, well, we would have won this. Now it's your time to prove that you can do the same! And Fluorescent answers the challenge. Kicks versus 2. The odds back in Apex's favor.
Surprised Vitality even go for that. You already had a player advantage. You get the spike down, you play post. I feel like this is done. They wanted to get ahead of the curve. They wanted to turn it. Instead, it's left on to Kicks. But he has been clinical already and will convert this round as well. Support as well from Governor.
30 seconds left.
The flashes for the retake. They've caught Malsey, though. He ends up going down. Kicks the one to get that trade, but Fluorescent quickly on him. 3 versus 2. Some battle scars for Vitality. Reposition from Fluorescent sends them running 12 seconds. They need to get this plant in soon. And Batu, well, he's not going to be in a position to deny it. It looks like that plant will be secured. A nice reposition from Vitality gets them a 3v2. And again, damage done onto Safe, but as time keeps on rolling, Salvos come back online. They're now there to play with him. He needs to win the fight up close, and Batu's the one to put him in the dirt.
Yeah, now less is all that's remaining. Normally cool as a cucumber in these clutch scenarios and already gets rid of Batu. An isolated fight, a creation of his own doing. Left onto Fluorescent, a chance to get them to double digits, less playing so passively and down to just a slither of HP. Fluorescent will. Vitality wanting to keep this one as safe as humanly possible, setting up Durka for the opener. And he's going to take that space once again.
Well, Vitality, 4v3, up against Pistols, Tom. And look how aggressive they are. 2 players up close, paranoia, all that was needed to bring that into Apex's favor. Now a 3v3, a weapon to be recovered as well, and a chance for these defenders. Apeks, they're looking to capitalize on mistakes yet again, but it's still an uphill battle. Ult activated by Durka, spamming through, just looking to tag him up, but we've seen that fire go back in the other direction before! A triple in this round, a double in the post plant! With the salvos too.
Yeah, it's they need to clear these players so ridiculously fast. Timing for less couldn't be worse. Wanted to jump spot the angle. Aftershock has been used. Stun from Kicks needs to find the frags and only going to get the one. It's left all onto Safe. That time is ticking so fast, though. I don't know if they've got this anyway. I think that spike might be going off. It will.
But it doesn't save the B site. Overrun. A big ulti put into play. Durka's caught. He can run. He can move fast. And luckily, fast enough to get out of the way. Governor couldn't. He's being caught by his own ultimate. Apeks. They get the opening pick, but they'll wish they didn't.
I don't know if he jump spot. No, he's not seen Avova.
No, he's close.
Timing here is going to be absolutely everything. Oh, he still wins the battle. Governor has at least managed to get rid of Safe. They'll keep things at least within the realm of possibility, but clearing these players from position is not going to be easy. Aftershock used to buy them time, but also counted out on the other side. A lot of damage being done. Snakebite goes through, but I don't think it's actually gone far enough. It's not gone deep enough. They're able to just defuse in front of it. Seawolf, though, is there to save the day. Thunder set up. It's only Avova it could connect on, who could escape, and there's the lurk of Les striking again. Governor gone. Fluorescent trades. Avova's going to try and stick this one out. It's definitely risky, but he will be unstunned, but not unblinded. Seawolf!
The evolution of this aggression and the success that's going to come with it, we can see plain as day. It's free for Durka. 3 picks, and Malsey returns. He's given the rifle over to Fluorescent, understandably. But his Sheriff is the one doing all the damage. And in fact, it needs to do it all. It's the salvos that Safe is keeping deep into their spawn. It's the stun that will be online to meet them. Kicks' utility has been nigh on perfect so far already. The numbers thinning out. Avova does his best to pull it back. He's even spotted one, but Sevov is going to trade places, or at least he was thinking about it. But the spike now being tapped in goes the snake bite. Denial again, and they're forced into the angle. The waiting arms of Vitality wrap around.